Welcome to Indiana High School basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, Nepco, Crane and Equipment Services, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, and 5 Star. The Coca-Cola pregame show with Mitch Columbi is next.
Here's a three in the corner on the way! Yes! Yes! Big time three at a big time moment.
5 Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 Stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5 Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5 Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Top of the key for three! Splash! Big time three. Here comes Vice driving inside. Stolen, picked up by Samantha Marks. Oh, man, he made it happen!
Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here is the voice of KVB's WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
The new era continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, the Oregon Davis Lady Cats host the Culver Lady Cavaliers. This is Indiana High School basketball. With us tonight, owner and operator of Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, sports analyst Brian Hammond. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is KVB's WKVI Sports. And we welcome you to the Bobcat Den in Hamlet, Indiana, 46532. We are back for more as we are set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. Man, as we get ready for our 6th basketball broadcast of the season, we have seen the Culver Lady Cavaliers. We have seen, the Culver Lady Cavaliers this season, but have yet to see the Lady Cats of Oregon Davis. My apologies. I lost my place there. When we look at the Lady Cats of Oregon Davis, head coach Aubrey Lady is in her 3rd year leading the girls program already. The Lady Cats have had to go up against some tough opponents to start their year as they come into tonight's matchup at 3-6. They started their season on November 1st, over a month ago already, if you believe that or not, and fell to Morgantown Township on the road 63-39. They followed that up with another tough loss to Elkhart on the road 77-22. 77-27. Their third matchup was the first home game of the year, and the Lady Cats prevailed over Trinity Greenlawn 65-44. They stayed home to host Bowman Academy the 15th of November and lost 51-49 in a tight one. They picked up a big-time win on the road against Couts, 43-41 in that tight one. Then beat Mishawaka at home 50-47. They took on North Judson St. Pierre Thanksgiving weekend and fell 53-41. They then hosted Marquette Catholic and lost 66-23. Their last matchup was against West Central, where the Lady Trojans got hot, making 9 threes throughout the ballgame. The final saw the Lady Trojans of West Central beat the Lady Cats of Oregon Davis 70-28. Leading the team in the scoring department for the Lady Cats is Sarah Thompson, averaging 14.9 points per game. Right behind her is Jayla Patrick, averaging 9.8 per game. And rounding out the top three is Gabby Kraus, averaging 7.5 per game. Kraus also leads the team in rebounds, assists, and steals, averaging just under 6 boards a game, 5 dimes per game, and 3 snags per game. The Lady Cats are averaging 40.6 points a game, and their defense has been allowing 56.9 per game. We turn now to our sports analyst, who is a proud sponsor of WKVI Sports at KVB, Brian Hammond of Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Brian, thank you for saying you would join me for another one tonight. How you been, man?
Whew.
It's been a long time.
It's Indiana high school basketball season.
Isn't it?
It is.
It feels great.
It does.
You look good.
Yeah.
I saw you got the sports jacket on. You feeling sporty tonight?
I literally pulled the tags off of this. It's been hanging in my closet for a while. I felt like a great occasion to bring it out.
Well, let's talk about what you're excited for. I know we talked a little bit about football a few moments ago. You keep an eye on Tippecanoe Valley. They had such a great run, but now we transition to basketball. What is it about basketball to you that you love, and why you love Indiana high school basketball altogether?
Well, have you ever heard of Scott Skiles?
Oh, yes.
Have you seen the 1982 state championship basketball game? I mean, Plymouth. Out of nowhere. I mean, that's 5 boys getting it done on the court. When I was a little kid, my mom would rent me the semi-state game versus LaSalle, the state champion and semi-state, or the semifinal and championship game. You know, Indianapolis Cathedral, Evansville, I don't know, Bossy, or whoever they be.
Sure.
I mean, Gary Roosevelt, that's who they beat in the championship. I would watch those games all the time, and you can still find them on YouTube, and that's what it was. I mean, I grew up single-class basketball. My aunt used to take me to all the Plymouth games when I was in elementary school, and when I was in junior high, I never missed a game. I mean, Plymouth was in the 90s. Plymouth was one of the best area teams to follow. I mean, you're talking about the coach that's over there now, Joel Grindle, and Nick Cheney helps. Brian Ray is still there. The tradition over there, what Jack Edison brought. And there was nothing better than the Warsaw Plymouth game. I mean, we stood in line at school to get tickets. Because if you didn't get the tickets ahead of time, you weren't getting in. I mean, the place was packed. Single-class basketball, going over to Fort Wayne in my freshman year when we went. We lost a Luke record in DeKalb. Don't ask me how I know all this stuff. I mean, it's just I know it because it is. When you live in Indiana, Friday night in the gym, watching basketball, there's nothing better. I mean, the crowds are crazy. I once went to the Westville. Fairfield is their rival. Westview.
Okay.
And they got the Whistler over there. You see them on W46 all the time. They're stomping their feet on the bleachers. That place is electric for that game. The atmosphere for these games is just incredible.
Sure.
You can't. I don't care. It's like going to Texas and watching a high school football game.
Right.
That's all I can think of. I have a friend that's from Texas. I took him to a game, and that's what it is.
He said it's very similar.
That's what it is. He never got to see the single-class basketball.
Ooh.
So, that's
it's a special place in your heart.
Yeah, single-class basketball was crazy. But it's still a lot of fun. I'm glad you brought me in on a game that the Culver Lady Cavs are here on.
And that's why I called you.
Grace Sieber, great athlete. I know her family well. They always have a foreign exchange student. I don't know if they have one this year, but they've always had one.
Right.
Their foreign exchange student almost always played on the softball team that I coached.
Right.
So I know the Siebers well. We had Grace when she was little at some of the softball camps. So, yeah, very familiar with them. And Culver community is dear to my heart. So
well, let's talk about them.
Yeah.
The visiting Culver Lady Cavaliers from Culver, Indiana. Co-head coaches AJ and Adam Neese. Very interesting situation. They're in their first official season leading the girls program. The Cavs started their season along with us on November 2nd as they hosted the South Central Lady Satellites. They fell 48-20 that night, but followed it up with a big win against Trinity Greenlawn, 37-30 on the road. They lost to a strong Tri-Township Lady Tiger team, 61-16. Then hosted Westville and won 46-40. They then traveled to Winnemac and lost 47-33. Then they lost to Elkhart Christian on the road, 39-29. They hosted Pioneer and won 34-27. On the 21st of November, they traveled to Argus for a cross-county rivalry game and lost, unfortunately, 57-19 to Argus. They hosted Rochester, fell 45-15, and then this past Friday to Lakeland Christian, 35-31. Very similar record as the Lady Cats. The Lady Cavs are 3-7 on the year. Their offense is scoring an average of 28 points per game, and their defense is allowing 42.9. Now, Brian, you have coached high school sports before. What is something you learned in your first official year coaching that you could share as some advice for first-year coaches entering a program?
Well,
it's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. It's a great question. I mean, my first year as a varsity head coach at Culver was just – I came from Plymouth. I was an assistant coach at Plymouth for years, and then I come to Culver. And it's a completely different situation. You go from a school that's a little bit larger to a school that's smaller. One thing that I learned was that the one thing you got to do as the head coach is get familiar with the athletes in the school, not just the ones that are in your program, but all of the athletes. Because one thing that I did that helped make our program better was find athletes. Whether they were in the elementary school at that time, whether they're in the middle school at that time, wherever they were, you find the athletes and you get them to gravitate towards your program. Because once you get the athletes, an athletic kid is going to pick up your sport quickly. The best story I have was Trista Fritter. She was a soccer player. Chris Stevens asked me to be his assistant coach for soccer one year. And there was a slew of athletic girls, and I talked like 3 of them into playing softball, and one of them became my starting catcher. So it's literally just, and we used to call her Trish Stud, because out of nowhere the kid could throw, she could catch, she could run, she could hit, and it's just about finding athletes and getting them to come to your program. Wherever they're at in the school, find them, get them to your program. That's what it is. Find the athletes, and then have a great set of core values for your program. And get them to buy into whatever Kool-Aid you're selling.
Yeah.
If they can drink your Kool-Aid and they can believe in what you're teaching as a coach, they're going to perform better on the court.
And everything from top to bottom is better.
And then just falls into place from there.
Well, I got to tell you, folks, we are expecting a great evening of IHSAA girls basketball action as we appreciate you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show, refreshing the world, making a difference. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express. Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Hey, thanks, John. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on KVB's WKVI. We are lucky to say no injuries to report tonight as that is your Pulaski Memorial Hospital injury report. One thing, Brian, I forgot to do was talk about the stats for the Culver Lady Cavaliers, and this is something I wanted to bring up. Leading the team in scoring is exactly who we were talking about. Grace Sieber, she's averaging 8.6 points per game. Right behind her is O'Brien, averaging 6 points per game, and rounding out the top three is Amaya Williams, averaging 4.5 per game. Williams also leads the team in rebounds, grabbing 7.9 boards per game. Sieber is the team's assist leader, averaging just under 3 a game, and she also leads the team in steals, snagging 5 a game. So Grace Sieber is all over the place, and that is why we named her our Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week just a couple of weeks ago. But we invite you to stay tuned as we will hear from head coach of the Culver Lady Cavaliers, Adam Neese, and Aubrey Lady of the Oregon Davis Lady Cats after this in the KVB Coaches Corner. You are listening to KVB's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is all about community and keeping our community spotlight shining on the accomplishments of our youth. That's why PMH is proud to be a sponsor of our local high school sports action on WKVI, our community radio station. Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home.
It's time to hear from the coaches in the KVB Coaches Corner. Here's Mitch Columbi.
I'm here with head coach of the Culver Lady Cavaliers, Adam Neese. Coach, first time I have a chance to meet you. Appreciate your time. What do you know about the Oregon Davis Lady Cats you can share with us?
Well coached.
Yeah.
The Minix tree. I mean, it goes a long way, and excited to get our first taste of it tonight. Got to grow up watching them. You know, they're about the same age as we were, so it's a lot of fun watching them. Hopefully some excitement comes back to Oregon Davis.
What has to happen on the floor tonight for your girls?
I think just playing hard. I think if we play hard tonight and we rebound, I think we're going to be successful.
Anything in particular that you're going to tell the team in the pregame?
Every loose ball's got to be ours. Every single one of them. A 50-50 chance, it's got to be the Cavalier way at 100%. So everything you got, let's leave it on the floor tonight.
Message to Cavalier Nation who may be listening.
Come out, support us. If not, put on the radios, listen to Mitch, listen to Justin and all the guys, and let's have a good night.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you. Go Cavs.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
I'm here with head coach of the Oregon Davis Lady Cats, Aubrey Lady. Coach, you come into tonight a very similar opponent in the Culver Lady Cavaliers. They haven't seen much action as well as you guys. It's been an early season so far. What do you know about the Culver Lady Cavaliers at this point in time?
They like to press, and they are going to get up and play defense, and hopefully, we come out. We want to focus on things that we do. We can't always determine what the other team is going to do, even though we'd love to, but make sure that we're just coming out and running our break and making sure that we are setting screens and using screens is one of the big keys that we're working on this year. So as long as we can focus on the things that we need to do, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, we're already, I guess, close to 10 games into the season. It's almost halfway through. Apologies for that. But at this point in the season, are you happy with where your girls are at?
I think that's a question for them. There's days where they might tell you yes, and there's days where they're going to tell you no. We've had some games that we feel like we should have come out on top, and we weren't there that night. We didn't show up ready to play. And then we've had games where we've played really well. I mean, we beat a 6-0 Mishawaka team, and we came out strong and played very, very well that night. We beat Couts at their place, another really strong game that we had. as long as we play games like that, we'll be all right. But, you're dealing with high school girls, and, you never know what's going on that day or what's going on in their head. But one thing we do try to key in on is just to let them know that when they step between those lines, that it's us. It's, the girls that are next to you and your coaches, and make sure that we're going to battle for each other and leave everything outside the court, because you can't do anything about it while you're playing anyways.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Hey folks, Auto Park Fort LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out, because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Time now for the keys to the game. Sponsored by the Auto Park, with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen.
All right, as we get set for Indiana high school girls basketball action, what are your keys to the game as a Culver Lady Cavalier, Brian?
Well, I think you got to find a way to beat that press. Find a way to beat the press, get Grace going, and then maybe establish some post game with the Maya Williams, and control the paint. I think that's what you got to do, but you got to beat that press first for them.
Yeah.
If you can beat the press, I think this game could get interesting.
Absolutely. All right, now flip sides. If you're the head coach, Morgan Davis, what has to happen in order to get this win tonight?
Support Sarah Thompson. Give her as much support as you can. Get her going, but then force them to guard other people. And just, play for each, like the coach said, I think she's right. And press, if that's what you do best, come out in that press, create those turnovers, and get an early lead.
That's our keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park, with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Go ahead, sit back, pop open an ice-cold Coke and chill. The Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our KVB starting lineups are next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is all about community and keeping our community spotlight shining on the accomplishments of our youth. That's why PMH is proud to be a sponsor of our local high school sports action on WKVI, our community radio station. Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home.
Puts up a floater! Oh my gosh! High off the glass!
Now it's time for the KVB starting lineups.
For the Bobcats of Morgan Davis in Hamlet, Indiana, starting at point guard is Gabby Krause. The 2 guard is Jayla Patrick. Starting at small forward is Maddie Wireman. And at the 4 is Ashley Laster. At the 5 is Sarah Thompson. For the Lady Cavs of Culver, Indiana, starting at point guard is Grace Sieber. At the 2 is Maddie Hamilton. Starting small forward is Alexa O'Brien. At the 4 is Brooke Davis. And at the 5 is Amaya Williams. That is our KVB starting lineups, as we will be back to get set for tip-off. Hey, you are listening to KVB's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment. for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, bringing you Indiana high school basketball on 99.3 FM, The Valley.
From the Bobcat Den in Hamlet, Indiana, welcome to game number 6 of our Indiana high school basketball season between the Oregon Davis Bobcats and the Culver Lady Cavaliers. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. We also want to let you know Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WYMR will always be there too. Join the boss, Tony Ross, on Max 98.3 FM every day as well for even more content involving your area. Between WYMR and WKVI, Kankakee Valley Broadcasting has you covered. Hey, don't hesitate to follow us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X, formerly Twitter, at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max. For all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content, you can listen to us on your phone. Just go to one of our social media sites I mentioned and tap the link on our page. No excuses. We are literally in the palm of your hand. Well, we are proud to let you know the PA announcer tonight in the Bobcat Den is Marvin McDaniel. The scoreboard operator is Brian Ernst. The scorekeeper is Jeremiah Patrick. Our officials for this evening are Lou Brown, Jerry Fitzpatrick, and John Wright. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play, we are honored to have third-generation owner Brian Hammond of Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning as our sports analyst tonight. Brian, it sounds like you want to say hello to somebody.
Yeah. I put out on Facebook, hey, we're live on WKVI tonight.
Appreciate
and
that.
My assistant coach for soccer, my soccer travel assistant coach, Matt, he's out there listening. Want to give you a shout-out, Matt Reisner, and appreciate you for tuning in and listening.
Absolutely. We appreciate all of our listeners. The history here at WKVI when it comes to sports, it's pretty serious, Brian. I figured that out really quick when I took over last year. They take things pretty seriously around here with their sports, and we appreciate all of our listeners, so shout out to Matt. We have other area teams in action tonight. The Winnemac Warriors boys team is at home against Manchester tonight. Also in action, we see the West Central Trojans boys basketball team at Marquette Catholic. We will see if they are able to get into the win column. The West Central Trojans still 0-2 right now, still searching for their first win. Also still searching for their first win is the Tri-Township Tigers. They are in action in the Tiger Den. You ever been to the Tiger Den?
I've never.
Oh man,
is that for lacrosse?
You gotta go to the Tiger
or
Den.
Tri-Township. Yeah.
It's just that small, but it's got that Indiana high school basketball feel. If you ever get a chance.
Yeah, I've seen the school. It's fantastic. It still stands. But I've always heard that the Morgan Township is where is that where John Deere Green is? Morgan Township, or is that lacrosse?
Yes,
Morgan
Township. Which lacrosse is also green too.
Yeah.
So, but Morgan Township's a little farther west in Valparaiso.
Yeah.
But Tri-Township, they are in action at home in the Tiger Den against Wheeler. Yeah, it was one of the gyms that was looked at for the movie Hoosiers. It just didn't get chosen. The Knox Lady Redskins are in action at home at Harold Weinberg Gymnasium, taking on Michigan City. The West Central Lady Trojans, they are on the road they're taking on North White on the road. And then finally, the South Central Lady Satellites, 6-3 right now, are the Lady Satellites, looking good. They are on the road against Morgan Township, just like you said. So those are our area teams in action tonight. As we are standing by and awaiting for our national anthem, I will turn things over to our public address announcer, Marvin McDaniel. Well, I got a little early, a little ahead of ourselves there. I didn't look at the clock. We still got 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
I still got 20. I got to find something to say for 20 seconds. Well, we look out onto the court. We see the Lady Cats in all white with red trim. The Lady Cavs are in all black with orange trim as we turn things over to Marvin McDaniel.
Bobcat Den. Would everyone please rise for the playing of our national anthem by the Oregon Davis Pep Band.
Every morning, join Rich Wallen on the WKVI Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central. Catch local news as well for our area with Kankakee Valley Broadcasting News Director Anita Gooden, who covers news on WYMR and WKVI. You can catch her stories on WKVI.com and Max983.net to stay up to speed in your local area. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi, proud to be doing the play-by-play as we are set for Indiana High School girls basketball action from the Bobcat Den of Hamlet, Indiana. Tonight's tip-off is brought to you in part by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winnemac. We also appreciate them being the sponsor for the Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week Award given out each week on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. Well, we'll go through our starting lineups one more time for us. The Bobcats, we're going to see Gabby Kraus at the 1. At the 2 is Jayla Patrick. Small forward is Maddie Wireman. At the power forward position is Ashley Laster, and at the center position is Sarah Thompson. For the Lady Cavs of Culver, Grace Siebers at the 1. The 2 is Maddie Hamilton. Starting small forward is Alexa O'Brien. At the 4 is Brooke Davis, and at the 5 is Amaya Williams. It looks like they are awarding, I believe that's Maddie Wireman right now out onto the court with some sort of special award. I haven't been paying attention because I'm talking to you all, but I believe it's Maddie Wireman out there getting some sort of award at center court, and they're applauding her right now for her acknowledgments. We'll try to find out what that exactly was from head coach Aubrey Lady later, but Maddie Wireman was honored for something tonight. We'll find out exactly what that was. But they're going through the starting lineups tonight. Not a bad crowd for a Tuesday night here.
No, and the pep band's out and cheerleaders. That's why I say Indiana high school basketball.
Indiana high school basketball.
That's what it is.
The cheerleaders are in full force, decked out in their Oregon Davis attire. We see across the way the pep band in full force. You just heard them perform the national anthem. The school spirit is here. And, I mean, what a better – the Bobcat Den. I love this. The whole view we have, it's just beautiful to see.
We've got our own little area up here. I mean, we feel kind of special. I mean, I other schools have it too, but, for Oregon Davis, the gymnasium, the tradition here, the little broadcast booth, it's perfect. It's fun.
Well, and it's also fun to look up and you see the state championship banners. Just like you said, a 1A high school, Indiana high school basketball, and we're in the middle of it right now.
Yeah, I was at that 07 game.
Were you really?
I was there. They looked great. I was there because Plymouth was down there too that year.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, so the 1A, I went to the early games, and then I went to the afternoon games. And that of any of the years that I wish they would have continued the Tournament of Champions, where they bring the 4 state champions back down and play a mini tourney, that would have been a great year. Because I think Oregon Davis and Plymouth could have made waves in that. And the Oregon Davis team was really good.
Really good.
And they looked good on that court that day. Plymouth did as well. I mean, that defense was stifling. So
boy, I didn't know you had all this history and knowledge. I knew you were very knowledgeable, but boy, you're an walking encyclopedia, man.
Only for this area, and
mainly for this area.
Mainly Plymouth.
And mainly Plymouth. So here we go. In the center, we see Sarah Thompson and Amaya Williams set to take the tip. The JT Shirt Shack tip. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack. The tip is up away in the Cavs' control. It falls into the hands of number 10. That was Grace Sieber. Puts up a layup. No good. Now a fight for the rebound. Has Maddie Hamilton come up with it. She kicks it back over to Grace, who then gets it back to Maddie up top at the volleyball line. Jayla Patrick on her. She dumps off into the corner. This is number 30 for 3. Alexa O'Brien, no good. And rebounded Sarah Thompson. Here come the Lady Cats. It's Gabby Kraus. Far side of the court, extended wing. Nice entry pass to Sarah Thompson. Puts up the post move shot, and she gets it to go. Sarah Thompson, and like you said in the pregame, you got to take care of Sarah, and there it was right there.
Yes, I'm going to have my face buried in the stat sheet, but
yeah,
I'm keeping
just be careful. Don't worry. It doesn't have to be perfect. So here we go in the near corner. It's Grace Sieber, entry pass inside. No, try to get it to Amaya Williams. They almost threw it away. Saved by Maddie Hamilton, though, and back up top to Alexa O'Brien. Then to Grace. She's going to take the 3. Splash! Big-time 3 for Grace Sieber as she gets on the board. 3-2. The Lady Cavs lead, and the Cavs almost stole it, but it goes out of bounds. It's going to stay here. Lady Cat basketball.
It almost looks like maybe Culver's going to press a little bit as well.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Both teams are, they want to plant their foot early on in this game. You can only imagine Oh, almost stolen by Grace, but no, saved by Gabby Kraus. Inside to Sarah Thompson, blocked from 15. Nice block shot there by number 30. That was Alexa O'Brien, and here come the Cavs. Bringing it across half court is Maddie Hamilton. Kicks it forward to Alexa O'Brien. Inside to Amaya Williams. Back out to Hamilton. Pops a three. No good. And a fight for the rebound. Sarah Thompson comes up with it. And here comes Gabby Kraus. Full court, back to back, and she makes it happen. Nice little drive inside for Gabby Kraus, and she gets on the board. 4-3, the Oregon Davis Lady Cats lead here. Big time three in the corner from number 10. That was Grace Sieber, no good. Then she runs back to the other side of the floor and blocks Jayla Patrick's shot. Jayla picks it up, though, off the miss, and now she's in the corner, picks up her dribble, gets inside to Sarah Thompson, and then a foul's called on the floor. So this is going to be an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Lady Cats. Under 6 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. The Cats lead 4-3 over the Cavs. Jayla Patrick up top, inside to Sarah Thompson at the right elbow. Now back out to Gabby Kraus, who drives around the corner baseline and gets the nice floater to go. She's good.
She is.
So now Grace Sieber to bring it across half court. The Cats lead 6-3. Sieber drives inside, dump off pass to Brooke Davis, and she gets the right-hand layup to go. 6-5. Now pushing it forward all the way to the other end of the floor. It's Haley Parker, no good on the layup. And rebounded Sieber, Grace Sieber. So here comes Grace. She's in the near corner. Tried to get it inside, nothing there. Back up top to number 21, Maddie Hamilton. Into the corner to Grace, fakes the three, drives around, pops it from 16, no good. Rebounded by number 40 on the inside, Brooke Davis, and her putback is no good. And then a fight for a rebound. It's jump ball, and it will be Oregon Davis basketball. So the Lady Cavs' first turnover there.
Oregon Davis pushing it down the floor, looking for some tempo tonight, and they've gotten 4 points off of that already.
Well, and just like you said, the Cavs are in that full court press. The Lady Cats are able to beat it. Oh no, Amaya Williams steals it as I say that. Now here comes Brooke Davis up to Grace Sieber, pops a three, no good. Fight for the rebound, and I think they're going to call her on over the back. What'd you see?
I saw two girls going from the bottom.
Straight up. I didn't see that.
That's a close one.
That was very close. So they call Amaya Williams for it over the back there. And now the full court pressure is on. Here come the Lady Cats, and they're going to throw it away.
I like the full court press, forcing the errors. If the Lady Cavs can force all these turnovers, they're going to have a lot more opportunities to get those points.
Yeah, Sieber almost lost it off her foot, but she saves it back over cross court to Alexa O'Brien, back up top to Maddie Hamilton, who then finds Grace Sieber, pops a three, no good. And then Maddie Hamilton comes up for the rebound, a long rebound back up top. Now number 30 wants to pop a three. That's Alexa O'Brien, no good, and the Lady Cats have the ball off the rebound. It's Gabby Kraus. Crosses over to Maddie Wireman, back up top to Kraus, who then cross over. This is Jayla Patrick shooting a deep three. No good, but she's fouled. She's going to go to the line for three. My goodness.
That's Grace Sieber's first.
So Grace Sieber comes up with her first. She can't even believe it. She comes over here to Coach Neese and says, how is that even a foul? And he says, just shake it off. Jayla Patrick hits the first three. 7-5 the score as the Lady Cats lead the Lady Cavs. Second free throw is good. Jayla Patrick looking good here early. Both free throws go through. Mom always said you got to be good at the free throw line.
Free throws is where you make or break.
Third free throw from Jayla Patrick is a swish. Early and often, you're exactly right. 9-5 the Lady Cats lead, and here come the Lady Cavs. It's number 21. Maddie Hamilton gets it to Grace Sieber. Now she's doubled back over to Hamilton. Smart play there, and Hamilton's going to take it up top and reset. The Lady Cats are in a zone here, a little bit of a motion zone. As they go to the corner to Amaya Williams, it's throwing them off, I think, a little bit, Brian. As inside, it's Grace Sieber, puts up a layup, no good, and rebounded Sarah Thompson, and here comes Gabby Kraus. She has the ball on the far side of the court, puts up a layup, no good from 14, rebounded Amaya. She gets it forward to Grace, and here comes Sieber. Crossing over, drives inside, got some body, nothing called. Rebounded Sarah Thompson, and here comes Gabby Krause pushing it forward, all the way up forward to number 31, Ashley Laster, and she gets the layup to go. 11-5, the Lady Cats lead. As Grace Sieber behind her back now, crosses half court. Jayla Patrick reaches in, nothing called, and here comes Gabby Krause off the steal, puts up the layup, and she gets it to go. Gabby Krause and the Lady Cavs are having to fight for everything right now.
I think Culver needs to try to maybe call a timeout here and settle down and just figure their game plan out here.
Yeah, just reset here. Up top, though, it is Maddie Hamilton to the corner. Grace Sieber inside to Amaya Williams. Turnaround shot from the post, no good. But they come up with the rebound. It's Brooke Davis. And then right off the foot of a Oregon Davis Lady Cat. So it'll keep it here for the Cavs. And out of bounds play underneath their own basket.
I like them working it low. Try to get Amaya with some shots down low.
They get it into the corner to number 30, Alexa O'Brien for three. No good. Rebounded by number 21, Maddie Hamilton. Her putback's no good. Rebounded Sarah Thompson, and on the other end of the floor right away. It's Ashley Laster for the layup, and she got ahead of everybody and made that happen. It's a 10-point ball game. The Lady Cats lead 15-5 here with 2:20 to go in the opening quarter. Up top, number 21. This is Maddie Hamilton, who then gets it over to Grace Sieber. Skip past to Alexa O'Brien. Pops a three! Splash! Big-time three for Alexa O'Brien. The Cavs needed that one. 15-8. Entry pass into Laster. Puts up the layup. No good, but the rebound falls right into the hands of Maddie Wireman, and she gets the put back to go. 17-8. 1:50 to go in the first. This is Maddie Hamilton with the ball. Oh, and she threw it away. Tried to get it to Grace Sieber, and it goes straight out of bounds. As tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Gabby Krause crosses half court. They find Ashley Laster for a big-time three. Oh, man, 20-8. The Lady Cats are on fire right now. 1:30 to go in the first. The Cavs need something here to end the first quarter. It's number 31, Haley Parker. Cross court to the corner. Grace Sieber rattles around for another big-time three. Grace Sieber, 20-11. The Lady Cats lead. Fast break opportunity right away. They tried to get it inside to Sarah Thompson, but it's tipped out of bounds by Amaya Williams, and it'll stay here. Well, that's a lot of basketball that just happened there in the last 30 seconds.
A lot of threes tonight.
Yes. So Gabby Krause to take it out. She gets it to Jayla Patrick. Pops a three. No good. Rebounded, though, by Ashley Laster. Dump off pass to Sarah Thompson. Stolen by the Lady Cavs. Here comes Grace Sieber. She almost lost it, but she saved it. She gets it back to Maddie Hamilton, and now they cross half court. Grace fakes left, goes right, steps back, pops a three. No good. Fight for the rebound. On the floor, two girls, and they're going to call a jump ball. It will stay here. Lady Cav basketball.
Yeah, this game's really close to, a couple baskets fall Culver's way, and this game's close, really close. They've had a lot of opportunities. It's just not falling right now. That's why I say you got to get it settled down, and quality possessions for them right now is what they need.
Cavs have it up top. Back to Grace Sieber. Pops a three. Extended wing in front of the Lady Cats bench. No good, but Amaya Williams gets him a second chance opportunity on the rebound. Here's Maddie Hamilton. Picks up her dribble. Back to Grace. Thought about a three, but no. Kicks it over to 31. Haley Parker. Back to Grace. Grace with the ball. Back up top to Maddie Hamilton. Hamilton now back over to Haley Parker. Then back to Hamilton. Top of the key. Jayla Patrick on her. She drives inside. Kicks back out to Grace. Now here comes Grace. Grace kicks it to the corner. This is Haley Parker. Last 10 seconds of the first quarter. Finds Maddie Hamilton. Back to Parker. Parker over to Sieber. Fakes the three. Drives right. Last 4 seconds. Hamilton pops the three. Big shots open. 20-14. And that's the end of the first quarter.
That's a great little run, Culver at the end right there. It was 20-8. It's 20-14. I mean, it's a little more manageable. I was expecting Oregon Davis to press. They haven't really pressed.
But
they've settled in that zone.
They've settled in.
And they're forcing Culver to take outside shots rather than letting them work it down. I think the height advantage goes to Culver. So I think their idea is and they're doubling on Grace too on the perimeter. They're bringing both around, so it's just a matter of finding that open person and finding that good look down low, I think, and that's gonna really help them put points on the board.
20-14 is the score. We're going to step away and take a break with them. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on KVB's WKVI. Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Brian Hammond. We're so glad you've joined us as we're back in action right away. Inside pass to Sarah Thompson, and she gets the right-hand layup to go. 22-14 is the score now as the Lady Cats of Oregon Davis lead the Lady Cavs of Culver. On the other end of the floor, it's Maddie Hamilton with the ball. Entry pass into Amaya Williams. Back up top. Deep two from number 31. That was Haley Parker. No good. Rebounded Sarah Thompson on the inside, and she's doing well on the boards. As entry pass overthrown by Gabby Krause. She tried to get it to Ashley Laster, and unofficially I have that as the Lady Cats' third turnover tonight. 7:20 to go here in the first half. It's Grace Sieber. Now over to Haley Parker. Grace slashing around the corner. Gets it, now back up top. Finds its way to the hands of Maddie Hamilton. Maddie, they're looking for Grace there baseline. She keeps running back and forth baseline. Nothing there. The Lady Cats are doing a good job communicating. Dump off pass to Amaya Williams. Couldn't get the shot to go. She gets her own rebound. Chases after it, kicks it back up top. Now right around the world to Grace Sieber for three. No good, and out of bounds. Last touch by Maddie Wireman. I feel like you're right. The Lady Cavs just kind of need to take a deep breath and calm down here a little bit.
They're rushing. They're pressing.
So this is Maddie Hamilton. Tried to get it to Grace to the corner, and it was touched by Ashley Laster, so it'll stay here. Sideline out of bounds play for the Lady Cavs. Right in the near corner. She slaps the ball. Here comes the play. She gets it into Maddie Hamilton. Back up top to Grace Sieber. Sieber back to Hamilton. She's at the volleyball line with Jayla Patrick on her. The Cats are in a zone, motion zone kind of defense here. Looks almost like a 3-2, but then turns into a 2-3 when they get it down low. So here is back up top, Maddie Hamilton. She crosses over. Back to Grace in the corner. Oh, threw it right into the hands of Maddie Wireman. Another turnover for the Lady Cavs, and here come the Lady Cats. Jayla Patrick with the ball, back to Gabby Krause. Inside to Sarah Thompson, back out to Patrick, pops a three in the corner, no good, but there's Maddie Wireman. She comes up with the rebound, dump off pass to Sarah Thompson's no good, but she's fouled, and she will go to the line.
Here they are, free throws, most important part of the game.
Yep. And you notice they've kind of settled in. Both teams have kind of slowed down here a little bit.
Yeah.
Like we said, the Cavs are a little rushing. That last possession there was a much better. They were more methodical other than they threw it away. As Sarah Thompson misses the first of two. Today's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, serving Pulaski County for 44 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard or Dean. Second free throw's up, away, and good for Sarah Thompson. 23-14, 9-point ball game here with 5:50 to go in the first half. Grace Sieber behind her back, loses it, stolen by Gabby Krause. Here she comes, and she gets the layup to go. Gabby Krause, 25-14. The Lady Cats are pulling away here just a little bit. On the other side of the floor, we see Haley Parker kick it back up top to Grace Sieber. Sieber taking her time, hesitates, drives inside, dump off pass right into the hands of Brooke Davis, and it just skipped off her hand there. What a nice play, though.
Yeah, I set it up nice. Like I said, they're doubling down Grace. There's somebody wide open, and they're leaving them open wide under the basket. So it's just a matter of catching that ball and putting it in the hoop.
Yeah. So Gabby Krause off the turnover brings it across half court for the Lady Cats of Oregon Davis. The Cavs are in a zone right now. It's inside to Sarah Thompson, back up top to Maddie Wireman, then to Gabby Kraus. Kraus has the ball. She crosses over, drives inside, pops a floater. It's blocked by number 32 of the Lady Cavs, Brianna Schlemmer, and here come the Cavs. It's Grace Sieber. She's in the near corner now. Crosses over inside to Amaya Williams, fakes the shot, looking for help. Almost lost it, but comes up with it. Now to the corner to Grace. Inside. Puts up a shot. Number 40, Brooke Davis. No good, and rebounded Sarah Thompson.
Tough defense. Tough defense.
Hands are everywhere. As here's Gabby Kraus. Back out to Jayla Patrick. Pops the three. No good. Rebounded Sarah Thompson, and her putback is no good either. And the fight for the rebound. Last touch by Brooke Davis. It's going to stay here. Lady Cat basketball.
Oregon Davis, they got control of this game. It's a matter of just ball control for them and just keeping possession.
Out of bounds play underneath their own basket comes up, stolen by the Cavs. Brianna Schlemmer got her hand in there, and now pushing it forward is Grace Sieber. No good on the shot from Brooke Davis, and then a foul is called on the inside. Is it offensive?
They call it on Amaya Williams.
Push.
A little touchy.
A little touchy tonight.
5 fouls on the Cavaliers, none on the Bobcats.
Which is an interesting little side note there. There's been times where we've seen the Lady Cavs really reach in and get some body and nothing called, and yet on that side of the floor we see it called for the other team. Very interesting here early on. Just a little thing we're noticing, that's all. Gabby Kraus tries to get it inside. It's stolen by Haley Parker, and here come the Lady Cavs driving in. Puts up the layup, no good. Rebounded to Maya Williams, and her putback is no good either. Man, she couldn't get it to go. Rebound to Maddie Wireman. Gets it to Gabby Kraus, who then pushes it forward to Jayla Patrick. Back to Gabby. Gabby with the ball inside to Sarah Thompson. And they're doubling. Like you said, down there on the help, you saw Maya Williams comes over to help on Sarah Thompson. They don't want her to pop off. So this will be an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Lady Cats. 25-14 here in the second. The Lady Cats lead with 3:48 to go in the second quarter. Gabby Kraus back to the corner to Jayla Patrick, who took it out. Now she dribbles, picks it up inside to Sarah Thompson. Here comes the triple team. Back out to Ashley Laster, then finds Gabby Kraus. They tried to get the entry pass to Sarah Thompson, but no, stolen by the Cavs. Another turnover for the Cats, and here comes Grace Sieber to the corner. Number 32 pops the three, in and out. Rebounded to Maya Williams.
Calling it on the ground.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So Amaya can't get anything to go her way tonight. She's trying so hard.
Couple of putbacks just not falling for. Well, that one fell, but they called it on the floor.
Called it on the floor, yeah, the one that finally she got to go. So out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Cavs. It finds its way to Grace Sieber. Skip past the 32. That's Brianna Schlemmer. No good on the three. And Sarah Thompson comes up with the rebound, and she gets it to Gabby Kraus. And here comes Gabby pushing it forward to Ashley Laster. Puts up the layup, and they call Grace Sieber.
Travel.
Oh, my.
No, they call for a travel.
Okay. I was about to say.
I didn't know she had control of it long enough to travel.
But
I really thought that was a foul. I really thought they were calling a foul on Grace there.
Well, and Grace had her hands in her head. She was like, no way they're calling this. So a travel for Oregon Davis has Grace Sieber with the ball on the other side of the floor. She hands off to Haley Parker. The Lady Cats still in that zone as they have been for the first half, and they are doing very well. Amaya Williams cross court to the corner. Brianna Schlemmer, no good for the three. Fight for the rebound, and Maddie Wireman comes up with it. Gabby Kraus with the ball, crosses half court to Jayla Patrick, pops the three. No good. Threes all over the place tonight. Some of them are just not falling. As here's Gabby Kraus, drives inside, puts up the shot, no good, but she's fouled and she will go to the line. Smart play for her.
Yeah. Sarah Thompson, unofficially 10 rebounds already.
My goodness.
She is dominating down low.
Doing a very, very good job.
Who was that foul on?
I missed it. I'm sorry. They just announced it. They didn't put it on the scoreboard. Yeah, I'm not sure who it was, Brian. I'm sorry. So Second free throw from Kraus is good, making it 26-14, a 12-point ball game here for the Cats. 2:30 to go in the second. Grace Sieber spinning around. She finds Haley Parker for a deep shot, no good. Rebounded Amaya Williams, and her putback's no good, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line. We'll see who it's on here. Sarah Thompson. So Sarah Thompson comes up with the foul as we thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. Amaya Williams misses the first of two as Mark's Body Shop in Knox is also proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. They are hiring. Get your applications ready and turned in for consideration at Mark's Body Shop in Knox. Amaya Williams, second free throw, rattles around, and she gets it to go. 26-15 now. Gabby Kraus pushes it forward and overthrew her intended target of Ashley Laster. Oregon Davis is unofficial for what I have, 6 turnovers. The Culver Lady Cavaliers only 4. So, much better than about 3 weeks ago. We had 15 and 20 turnovers, but now that we're 3 and 4 weeks in, the teams have dusted off the dust, or got the dust off, and the cobwebs cleaned up. Everybody's ready now here mid-season already as they get it inside to number 40, Brooke Davis, and then a jump ball is called. Sarah Thompson was there. So an out-of-bounds play underneath her own basket, kick out to Grace Sieber, and then to Amaya Williams. Brianna Schlimmer pops it from 17, and she gets it to go. She's been a confident shooter, and she finally gets one to fall through. 26-17. The Lady Cats on the other end of the floor, though. Far corner, it's Jayla Patrick. Dump off to Gabby Kraus, and they call a reach in on 21, I believe. That'll be Maddie Hamilton. Yep. A little aggressive there on that one. So
Culver's being aggressive on defense, so I'm going to expect them to have more fouls. But they're creating more turnovers.
Well, and something I should have talked with you about in the pregame, once a team gets to 5 fouls, the new rule, I don't know if you've heard in high school basketball, there's no 1-and-1. They shoot 2 now.
Wow.
After 5 fouls, you shoot 2.
Now, I noticed, does that reset each quarter then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's why it went to 0.
I should have said something.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. So off the free throw, she missed both of them, keeps it 26-17. Yeah, we were stuck in a first quarter for, my God, ever. Let's not talk about that game. As Grace Sieber on the far near side of the court, she gets it back up top, then over to Brianna Schlimmer. Far corner, D was there, back over to Grace, inside to Amaya, stolen by Jayla Patrick. And here come the Lady Cats. Patrick brings it across half court. 1 minute to go here in the first half. Gabby Kraus fakes the shot, drives around, pops a floater from 6, no good. She gets her own rebound, blocked from behind by Brianna Schlimmer. Rebounded by Sarah Thompson, back to Jayla Patrick, who then finds number 35, Chloe Temple. And then it goes right through the hands of Chloe and out of bounds. A turnover for Oregon Davis. So the last minute here. Be nice if the Cavs could get something on the board, give them a little energy to go into the halftime break. Entry pass, almost stolen, saved, back out to Grace Sieber. Grace driving inside, picks up her dribble, almost lost it, back to Amaya Williams. Amaya skip pass to Brianna Schlimmer, 3 in the corner, no good. Rebounded by Chloe Temple and the Oregon Davis Lady Cats. Up to Jayla Patrick, here she comes, last 30 seconds. Jayla picks up her dribble, spins around now on her pivot foot, almost lost it. Oh man.
Almost another turnover.
Almost, as the hand of Maddie Hamilton was in there and it just goes sailing out of bounds. So on the far side of the court, Sarah Thompson will get it in. Oh my goodness, almost stolen by Maddie. And then she touched it last.
If Culver can convert more points off these turnovers, this game would be
right there.
It would be close, extremely close.
They kick it back court to Gabby Kraus, who gets it across half court this time. Sarah Thompson with the ball, almost lost it. Now dribbles. Boy, Grace came over to help, but they saved it. Cross-court pass back to Jayla Patrick. Now up top to Gabby. Drives inside, pops a 6-foot floater. No good. Rebounded. Jump ball will be called, and it'll stay here. Oregon Davis basketball.
Let's see what she's got drawn up for this. 3 seconds, inbound under your hoop.
Yeah, this is
Make it count.
3.7 seconds. Out of bounds, play underneath their own basket. Back to Jayla Patrick. Pops a three. Top of the key, no good. And rebounded Grace Sieber, as that will be the end of the first half. 26-17, as we're going to take a break and come back for the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show. For Mitch Columby and Brian Hammond, you're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we know while harvest may be wrapping up, the work is not done. Taking care of livestock, maintaining equipment, planning for the next season, and managing financials keeps farmers and farm families busy throughout the holidays. Laying the groundwork for a successful 2024 means next year's laborers will reap higher rewards. I'm Isaac Blue, Ag Banker at First Farmers Bank and Trust. When you're ready to make a plan for next year's financial success, come into our branch in North Judson, Knox, or Culver, or visit ffbt.com to learn more. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columby on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Welcome to the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Here's Mitch Columby.
26-17 is the score as the Oregon Davis Lady Cats lead the Lady Cavs of Culver. I'm Mitch Columby. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. I'm sitting here with a good friend of mine, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning's third-generation owner, Brian Hammond. Brian, appreciate you being here. What did you see in that first half that surprised you maybe? There were several things for me.
This is my first game out this year of some basketball, so if Culver gets more of these post shots to fall, we have a game. But what stands out to me is Sarah Thompson's 11 rebounds.
Yeah,
I have her for 11 unofficially, and Krause is putting in the work, getting the baskets. We got her for 8, 11, 12 points already, a couple of rebounds. So it looks like they're doubling down on Sarah Thompson in the post, which is keeping Krause open, and she's knocking down her layups.
One thing I think we were talking about a little bit was the whistles, and sometimes when they're not going your way, you don't bring the energy. You know what I mean? You're just frustrated that they're not going your way.
I see the frustration on the Lady Cavs' faces.
Yeah.
And I think this is the situation for them. When you're a coach, you kind of know where you stand going into every game. You've done your research. You pay attention to what other teams are doing. You know where you stand going in. This is a game we can win. This is a game that we're going to have to do certain things right to win. I feel like the talk before the game for the Lady Cavs was, listen, this is a game we should be in. This is a game that we can win. This is a game we should win.
Yeah.
And I think both teams feel that way. So when things don't go your way in those games, when you feel like you should win that game, it can get very frustrating very fast. So they're going to have to control their emotions, figure out how to just make every possession count. They're playing defense great. Most of the points for Oregon Davis have come off of fast break.
Yeah.
They do have point, and then free throws. They're hitting They're making most of their free throws. So, as far as half-court presence goes, I think the Culver Cavalier defense is hanging in there.
Yeah.
They're doing what they're supposed to do, and when then they're on their half on offense, it's not going their way.
Yeah.
And the shots aren't falling. So that's frustrating. So I think that Oregon Davis is doing a great job of capitalizing on what turnovers they've created. Gabby Krause is hitting the layups on the drives, and that's the key. They're being successful what they knew they needed to do to win the game, and the Lady Cavs are just not quite knocking down those shots. Now, if they can knock a few down, create a couple more turnovers, it's going to be a fun little finish.
Yeah, I mean, they're within distance, 26-17. They got plenty of time, and they can score 9 points quick.
Hey, we watched South Central Satellites men last year against.
They come all the way back in the fourth.
It was almost 20-point deficit at halftime, right? Yeah. It was crazy. It was a crazy comeback.
That was a fun game.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. So I hope we have something similar here. I don't want to drone on about the Lady Cavs, but Oregon Davis is playing. They're playing a clean game.
Yeah.
The turnovers are a little sloppy, but other than that, their offense, they're working it the way they want to do. The ball movement's great. Their rebounds. They're rebounding. They're controlling the paint.
They are controlling.
They're controlling the paint. So they're hitting their keys to success, and they're winning the ball game right now.
Yeah, very good first half compared to games we've watched throughout the season to start. When it comes to turnovers, you talked about it. The Oregon Davis Lady Cats, while they have 7 right now, that is much better than what we had heard about leading up to this point. And then the Lady Cavs, only 5. And we saw them first game of the year. And we always know the first game of the year, you're going to get the cobwebs and dust off the shelves. But the fact that the Culver Lady Cavaliers only have 5 in the first half, I think that the Coach Neese brothers would be happy with that. But as you know, Brian, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning is helping continue this wonderful tradition on KVB's WKVI. Hey, if all of you are uncomfortable in your home, give third-generation owner Brian Hammond here a call at 574-936-4660. They've been serving the local area since 1936. How have you been doing that since 1936? I'm kidding.
It's a dedication to our customers.
I mean, seriously, though.
Yeah, so just dedication to our customers and making sure that they're getting quality service and they're getting quality repairs or quality replacement, whatever it is. Customers are our number one priority, and it's just a great feeling. You go into somebody's home, they don't have any heat, they got water all over their basement, and to just put them at ease knowing that they're in good hands. So, but I did have a question for you. You service your car regularly, get them oil changes done, check your fluids. How about your furnace?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Everybody, I just want everybody to know that your HVAC system
is about the same as a car.
It's like a car. The more if you take care of it, if you service it, you maintain it, it's the longevity is gonna be greatly increased. So
well, and one thing I remember talking with you is, for the longest time it was just Standard Plumbing, and that's what you were known for. But you're not just Standard Plumbing. You also specialize in heating and air conditioning, and I know that's something you really want to push out there.
So I am the owner, and my dad and my grandpa, they were more plumbers than they were heating guys. Now my dad, he was a really good heating guy. But I have really taken to the HVAC side, the heating, the AC side. Now I do have a journeyman and apprentice plumbers, and being a plumbing contractor myself, but I really do enjoy the furnaces and the ACs, and we have great guys that do the plumbing and stuff too. So, but it's just something I really want to push because I have a huge passion for that side of it too, and it's something that.
You're good at.
If you buy a house, you should sit in your house and be comfortable. If you're not comfortable, you need to call us.
You need to call Brian Hammond.
We'll make it comfortable. We have all sorts of solutions, zoning, ductless mini splits. You got rooms that are cold or rooms that are hot or whatever. You can fix those without replacing your equipment. There are all kinds of solutions. Or maybe it's just that your furnace and AC aren't running as efficiently as they possibly can, and tune-ups can fix that. Sure, I like selling people new furnaces and ACs, but I like being able to give them multiple options that fit their budget and all that kind of stuff. And if it comes down to a major repair, we also have great financing too. You can finance. We have 60 months no interest if you need to, but we can make it affordable however you need to get you comfortable. You go home after a long day's work, you want to either be cool or you want to be warm. And, to go with that, you also want clean air to breathe inside, too. Yep. We also have a great selection of IAQ products, whether that be air cleaners, media filters, humidifiers. You get static electricity in your house? You ever feel like that static electricity or a dry nose?
Yeah, dry.
You need more humidity in your house. It's just simple solutions like that we love to provide to our customers just so that they don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah. Well, I always appreciate local businesses. My family owned a local business from where I'm originally from, and my dad always said, You got to support local businesses. Support your local area businesses because they're supporting you.
Yeah.
And we appreciate your support here on WKVI.
Well, if you see our vans driving around, I'm going to give a shout-out to another local business. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably not listening or whatever, but I graduated with him. If you see our vans driving around, those were wrapped by Andrew Wright at World Graphics in Plymouth right there on Jefferson Street.
Nice.
And people ask me who wraps my vans. I tell them I don't go anywhere else. I grew up, him and I grew up just down the street from each other. I went to school with him. I graduated with him. He's built that business out of thin air. He does a wonderful job. Everybody loves the vans, and I wouldn't go anywhere else. And he's just another local guy, and I know when he has an issue, he's calling me, and that's what it is. The other guys are, Mark Adams at Culligan Softwater, and I also know Amy Overmeyer Jensen and Lance Overmeyer in Overmeyer Software. These are just local businesses in different towns that we love to support and love to partner with.
Yeah,
so
and
it's just
they
great.
support you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we sure do appreciate Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning's support of KVB's WKVI Sports, and we appreciate you putting on the sports analyst hat this evening too, Brian.
I always thought I wanted to do this, but it's nerve-wracking.
It is nerve-wracking, isn't it? You
don't know who's listening. And you don't know who you're going to get a text from after the game giving you the critique.
Luckily, my family's not in the area, so I never get critiqued. I send them the link online. I still don't think they listen. Oh, well, another topic for another day as we're back in action to start the second half. 26-17 here in the third. That's probably a blessing, though. I don't have to hear the bad things. As here are the Cavs with the ball. It's number 30, Alex O'Brien back up top. Looks like the original starters for both teams are out onto the floor. And the Cats are in that zone defense. They kick it back up top to Maddie Hamilton. Cross-court pass to number 10, Grace Sieber. Dump off to Amaya Williams. Back up top. Stolen. No. Saved by Alex O'Brien. She pulls it back out inside to Amaya Williams at the right elbow. Now, pass to Grace Sieber. She drives inside, puts up the layup. No good.
Another good rebound.
Amaya Williams got the rebound off the miss. Then it was almost stolen, or she missed the putback. Then it was rebounded by the Cavs. Then it was stolen by the Lady Cats. And on the other end of the floor is Ashley Laster for the easy right-hand layup. 28-17 here in the third.
That's what I'm talking about. They are capitalizing on their opportunities with the turnovers, and that's the difference in this game right now.
Back up top to Maddie Hamilton for the Cavs. No, you're exactly right. And here is Alex O'Brien to the corner. Grace Sieber pops the three. No good. Too hard. And Amaya Williams fights for the rebound. And she touches it last. It will be Lady Cat basketball. Amaya is having a frustrating night.
She looked like she thought that was off of Oregon Davis.
Oh, for sure.
She pulled up there thinking that was their ball.
Yep. And I agree with her. It was so close. As here on the other end of the floor is Jayla Patrick popping a three. No good. And rebounded by the Lady Cavs. And here comes Grace Sieber. Sieber driving through about four Lady Cats, puts up a layup and no good. Gabby Krause pushes it forward to Ashley Laster, and she gets the right-hand layup to go. 30-17 is the Lady Cats lead. And this is driving inside the Lady Cavs. Grace Sieber now back up top to Maddie Hamilton. Hamilton taking her time. She finds Alexa O'Brien. O'Brien inside of the right elbow. Amaya Williams, cross-court pass to Grace Sieber. Pops the three.
There it is.
Splash. Big-time three. Grace Sieber, 10-point ball game, 30-20. And here's Gabby Krause driving inside. She puts up a layup high off the glass. No good. And then Amaya Williams hits the deck hard as Gabby Krause tried to pull the rebound from Amaya. And you see Amaya there. She's just having a frustrating evening tonight.
Yeah, I'd like to see her maybe get more involved movement-wise. I know her position, but it seems like she's kind of standing. And I'd like to see her move around more and maybe try to get open and get some good looks down
movement,
low.
Yeah. Just a little stagnant right
and
now.
That's the game plan. They're
Right.
using her as that point spot.
Ooh, another three from Grace Sieber in the near corner.
That's 4 out of her. She's getting hot. Here we go.
7-point ball game, just like we talked in the halftime break. Back to Gabby Krause. She tries a three. No good. Rebounded Sarah Thompson. Here's a second chance opportunity. Back into Thompson. No good on the shot. And a fight for the rebound. Ashley Laster comes up with it. And then a foul is called I don't know if she was in the act of shooting or if she's calling this on the floor. Or
21. That's got to be on the floor, right? He's calling
Maddie
it a push.
Oh, they're calling it in the air. They're calling it in the shot.
Wow. It was on the rebound, I thought.
That's what I thought. I guess it doesn't matter what we think. So
our opinions mean very little up here.
Yeah, very up here. They can't hear us. Of course, we can say whatever we want. Haley Parker, well, within reason. Haley Parker, the freshman, misses, or no, excuse me, Ashley Laster, the junior, misses both free throws, very rare. And here come the Lady Cavs. Grace Sieber driving inside. She puts up the layup, no good, and she gets fouled. And right away, I read her lips. She said, "Thank you." They've been, 44. I'm telling you, they've been frustrated all game. They aren't getting the calls they want, and that can really hurt your production on the floor. You're more worried about the calls than you are playing.
Yeah.
As Grace Sieber hits the first of two, she has 7 points in the last minute 54 of this opening third quarter.
She's got to be the leader. She's got to lead the way, and she's got to start creating the opportunities for her teammates.
She gets both of them to go. It's now 30-25, a 5-point ball game. They get it inside. The Oregon Davis Lady Cats do to Ashley Laster, and then a foul is called on the floor. They aren't letting them be very aggressive tonight.
No, that's number 3 on Brooke Davis.
So an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Lady Cats. It's Jayla Patrick getting it into Gabby Krause, and she traveled. Yep. A little too eager there.
She dragged that pivot foot when she caught it.
So now Grace Sieber brings it across half court, and the Lady Cavs are within 5 points here. This is exactly what they needed.
Nice little crossover.
Yeah, she crosses over. Now she steps back deep. Two on the way, in and out. No good.
There you go.
Amaya fighting for the rebound. She's on the floor now, and they are going to call a jump ball, and it is in Oregon Davis's favor. But there's the hustle.
That's what I'm looking for Maya. I mean, that's the kind of intensity you got to bring and just establish that presence.
Yep. You're exactly
and
right.
She's only got 2 fouls on her.
So she can be a little. She can
be aggressive. She can be aggressive.
So here's a little pressure from Haley Parker, the freshman from Culver, as Gabby Krause just took it coast to coast. Oh my goodness. The D was there, and she sliced her way through, 32-25. And now here's Grace Sieber on the other end of the floor. And then a blocking foul will be called on Jayla Patrick. So Grace is going to take this out underneath her own basket. No, it'll be Brooke Davis.
They're definitely blowing the whistle a little more in this half.
Yeah, they're being a little bit.
So now you're going to have to be careful with how aggressive you get. There you go.
Inside to Maya Williams. Turn around, pass out to the corner. Haley Parker, deep 2, no good, and rebounded Gabby Krause. And here come the Lady Cats. It's Jayla Patrick finding Sarah Thompson at the free throw line. Dump off pass to Maddie Wireman. It's stolen by number 40 of the Lady Cavs, Brooke Davis. They go coast to coast, miss the shot, rebounded by Haley Parker. Back up top to, this is Maddie Hamilton. Pops a 3, no good. Rebounded to Maya Williams. Back to Grace, same spot as earlier. Another 3, no good. And then a whistle is called off the miss on Maddie Wireman. So the foul is called a loose ball foul on Maddie Wireman. We're going to see her check out, and for the first time, we're going to see Chloe Temple check in for her second time tonight, a freshman out there.
Wireman's got 3 on her.
And that's why they got her out. So Amaya Williams, good catch there. And hey, maybe you're not an official. To the corner, it's number 31, pops a deep 2, no good. Rebounded Gabby Krause, and here she comes, pushing it forward to Ashley Laster, and they throw it away. Another turnover. That's been a couple of times tonight where Gabby's just throwing it a little too far ahead.
I want to go back a couple plays on that breakaway that Brooke Davis had, and that's just one of those things where we got that great turnover and just didn't capitalize. And that's, I mean, we're at 7-point game.
Yep.
Wow. Really got the whistle.
I missed it. I was looking
now.
at you. What'd you see?
Just pass inside and just a
barely a touch.
Yeah.
So the whistle, now in favor for the Cavs this half, has Brooke Davis at the line shooting 2. Yeah, because the Lady Cats already have 5 fouls in this quarter. Brooke misses the first of 2. Her second is on the way. And it is no good. Rebound to Maya Williams, though. Stays here. Back up top to Maddie Hamilton. Hamilton finds it to Grace Sieber in the corner. Now back over to Hamilton. Hamilton up top. Jayla Patrick on her. The Cats still in that motion zone. Stolen by Gabby Krause. And here come the Lady Cats. She puts up a layup. And Amaya Williams is called for the foul. That looked like a block, Brian. I'll be honest with you.
I'm impartial. I'm impartial. I'm impartial. But that was some good defense. That's where you can't let it frustrate you and just keep playing your game.
So the first free throw from Gabby Krause is in and out. Ball don't lie. As a shout out to Justin Ruff. He is tuning in tonight. Hope you're enjoying your evening, Justin. He couldn't make it tonight. He's usually our sideline reporter. We hope he's doing well, and we'll catch up with him this Friday for our next matchup. As the second free throw from Gabby Krause is a swish, 33-25. Back up to an 8-point ball game for the Cats with 3 minutes to go here in the third.
Oh, no. Mental mistake.
Maddie tried to get a pass forward, and her feet kept moving, so a travel is called, 33-25. So Chloe Temple to take it out and gets it to Gabby Krause, and here she comes, crossing half court. It's Krause inside to Sarah Thompson. Turnaround shot from the post. No good, and a foul is called on Brianna Schlemmer. So Schlemmer, her third of the night.
That's her third. There's the one we missed earlier.
Okay.
I only had her for
Well,
two.
I just heard Marvin.
Yeah.
See,
and Oregon Davis, neither team really capitalizing on these opportunities at the line right now.
As Sarah missed the first there, very rare.
Right. That's what I was going to say. She probably doesn't miss many.
See, she switched the next one.
Yeah.
So 34-25. Here come the Cavs. Grace Sieber almost lost it. Jayla Patrick on her. Now she spins around, driving inside, back to the corner. Number 31, Maddie Hamilton pops it, or Haley Parker, no good. Rebounded Brianna Schlemmer, though. Back up top to Maddie Hamilton, and then cross court to Grace Sieber, who pops a three. No good, and it falls right into the hand of Sarah Thompson. And here comes Gabby Krause, pushing it forward to Ashley Laster. Turnaround shot, no good from the layup, and rebounded Cavs. Here comes Grace Sieber. 2:20 to go. She's going to take it coast to coast, puts up a shot, and they're calling her for a charge. She throws up her hands like, how? But I think the defense had their feet set there. It was a close call. They call her for a charge. Her third is what the PA announcer just said. So
we both got in the third, both have 5 now.
Yep.
So now we're going to start seeing double shots.
Oh, my
Gabby
goodness.
Krause.
The Red Sea parts, and Gabby Krause drives inside. Couldn't get the layup, but rebounded by Chloe Temple, and she gets the put back to go. 36-25, back to an 11-point ball game. It's Grace Sieber finding it over to Maddie Hamilton. Oh, man, and she threw it right away. Overthrown way too high for Grace Sieber, and you saw Maddie Hamilton look at her and say, yeah, that's my bad. So here come the Lady Cats off the turnover. It's Gabby Krause at the volleyball line, driving to the right now. She's doubled. Entry pass to Sarah Thompson, and she almost lost it. Timeout, Oregon Davis. A smart play there by head coach Aubrey Lady as Sarah Thompson was in trouble. Baseline. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Culver's Portside Marina. They can make sure your boat is ready for the winter. If you need help storing or winterizing your watercraft, contact Culver's Portside Marina at 574-842-5000. Stop by and discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. We appreciate them and their support toward continuing the tradition. Tonight's game is also brought to you in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. Hey, stop by Papa Farm Pizza after the game for fresh ingredients that separates their pizza from any others. That's Papa Farm Pizza, downtown Knox. Call 574-772-5888 to place your order now.
You know, next time I do this, I'm going to expect a Papa Farm Pizza out of you because that is my favorite food, and you've never bought me dinner.
Okay, well, I'll take you out next time.
There, gets her own rebound.
Nice.
Puts it up.
Dinner on me. I'm committed to buying dinner now. So Sarah Thompson gets the put back to go, and now on the other side of the floor for the Cavs, it is Grace Sieber looking inside, nothing there. She tried to get a dump-off pass, and then it hits the foot of an Oregon Davis Lady Cat, and it goes out of bounds. Yeah, Papa Farm Pizza is really good.
I haven't had it yet.
It's pretty good.
I didn't. That's how I heard about it, being here on the broadcast with you right now. So now I'm going to have to go to Knox and
especially if they cook it in the wood fire. Nice little dump-off pass to number 40, Brooke Davis, and she gets the layup to go.
More of that is what I think Culver needs. That's a nice block.
Blocked by Brooke Davis as Gabby Kraus drived inside, and here comes Brooke, coast to coast, puts up the layup, and she gets it to go. Signs of life here in the third.
Brooke Davis heating up.
38-29 and a timeout. No?
They call travel? Travel or double dribble?
I don't know what they did. It's a turnover for sure. So the Oregon Davis Lady Cats turn it over somehow. We missed that. As here's the Cavs on the near side of the court here.
Ooh.
That is hard. So cross court to Grace Sieber. I'll talk about it later. She drives inside, puts up the layup, no good, and she's fouled. They tried to get it into Amaya Williams there. Here come the double team. She almost lost it. She saved it and got it back to, I believe that was Brooke Davis, who then cross-court passed to Grace Sieber. She drives in and gets foul called, so she'll go to the line for two here. Yeah, almost another turnover there for the Cavs, and they saved it as Grace Sieber sinks the first of two, making it 38-30. Zingo Express of Knox is a proud sponsor of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express in Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Express way. Too hard on the second free throw, but it's saved by Brooke Davis, and the Lady Cavs have an extra possession. Skip pass, Maddie Hamilton now inside to Brooke Davis. Oh, man, she threw it away. Stolen by Ashley Laster, and here come the Lady Cats. It's Jayla Patrick. Back to Gabby Kraus, inside to Sarah Thompson. And she loses it.
That was really – I don't know if you saw Maddie Hamilton there, but she blocked Sarah Thompson from getting to that and letting it go out of bounds so they could get the possession. Yes.
And Oregon Davis did not like that call, but it is a turnover, and the Cavs have it on the far side of the court. In the corner. No good for three is Haley Parker, and here comes Jayla Patrick. Spins around, hands off to Gabby Kraus, puts up a shot off the glass.
She can't miss tonight. She cannot miss. Driving the lane, she can't miss tonight.
Last 4 seconds to the corner, back up top, and that's the end of the third. We're going to take a break with them. 40-30 here on KVB's WKVI.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we know while harvest may be wrapping up, the work is not done. Taking care of livestock, maintaining equipment, planning for the next season, and managing financials keeps farmers and farm families busy throughout the holidays. Laying the groundwork for a successful 2024 means next year's laborers will reap higher rewards. I'm Isaac Blue, Ag Banker at First Farmers Bank and Trust. When you're ready to make a plan for next year's financial success, come into our branch in North Judson, Knox, or Culver, or visit ffbt.com to learn more. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Hey folks, Auto Park Fort LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Back at the Bobcat Den, Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Brian Hammond. We go to the fourth quarter. 40-30, the Oregon Davis Lady Cats lead the Lady Cavs of Culver as back in action right away. A carry is called on Grace Sieber. Another turnover for the Lady Cavs. 10 points. You got under 8 minutes to work here. What do you think the Cavs need to do, Brian?
I think they need to get Brooke Davis going. She got hot there. Find her and let her get some shots going.
So inside to Sarah Thompson,
turnover.
And she's going to throw it away. My goodness. So here come the Lady Cavs. It's Maddie Hamilton with the ball.
Ugh.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm assuming action's going to pick up quick here, and we're going to get some exciting stuff happening down the stretch.
They called her for a travel. Some of these are pretty hard to watch. As here's Gabby Krause splitting 2 defenders, and then a foul is called.
21.
So that's Maddie Hamilton, the junior.
Yeah.
So her third and team's first of the quarter. Ooh. Gabby Krause stolen by the Lady Cavs. There she is, Brooke Davis. And here comes Grace Sieber crossing the timeline. 7:20 to go in the ball game. Grace to the corner, Amaya Williams. She can dribble. She does. Goes left. Now picks up her dribble. Finds Maddie Hamilton. Then over to Haley Parker to the corner to Grace Sieber. Back to Amaya Williams at the left elbow, who then kicks it back up top to Maddie Hamilton. Finds its way over to Grace Sieber. 3 in the corner on the way.
There.
Splash.
Number
Big
5.
time.
Number
3.
5.
Grace Sieber is on fire, 40-33 here in the fourth, and a full timeout by head coach Neese. They want to talk things over. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winnemac is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack provides all your printing, screen printing, apparel, and embroidery needs. Call 574-946-3551 and ask for Tina if you want to look cool like the KVB crew. We appreciate them and their support toward helping continue the tradition. Tonight's broadcast is also brought to you in part by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Big time shout out to KVB owners George and Della Mamarella for tuning in this evening. Della made a comment. George messaged me and said Della appreciated us saying the cheerleaders were here in full force. Della was, of course, a cheerleader at Knox High School, and she appreciates the school spirit, so she thanked us for bringing up the fact that the cheerleaders were here in full force.
You know, it's a girls' game, and it didn't matter. Love it.
Yeah.
Love
and
it.
it's on a Tuesday.
It's on a Tuesday.
And the pep band is here. This is Indiana High School basketball, and we appreciate you joining us here on KVB's WKVI. Well, out of the timeout, up by 7 are the Lady Cats, but the Cavs are knocking on the door, and they come up with a steal. It's Amaya Williams. Here she comes, driving inside and brings it back out up top to Maddie Hamilton. Hamilton now over to Grace Sieber, inside to Brooke Davis. Turnaround shot from the post, no good. They come up with the rebound. It's Haley Parker. She's in the near corner, almost doubled. Now Grace Sieber, entry pass to Brooke Davis, no good on the layup. And a foul's called on the inside. She's going to go to the line to shoot 2. The Cavs are showing a little bit more attention here, Brian. Well, you're right. We're going to see some fireworks here in the end.
Yeah, I just noticed that Brooke Davis is a freshman.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
She's a little rough around the edges, but if you're Culver and you're watching this performance and her starting to kind of come to life here, maybe you think you got something moving forward. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you always want to see out of your freshmen. Are they able to step up in big moments? Big rebound.
Big rebound by Amaya. Stolen back by Jayla Patrick, though. And here come the Lady Cats. She made the one of 2 free throws there. Brooke Davis did. And now on the other side of the floor, it's Gabby Krause. Krause picks up her dribble. Staunch defense by Haley Parker. Oh, my goodness. She almost stole it, and that gave Gabby Krause a chance to dribble again. Finds its way over to Jayla Patrick. 3 is blocked by Grace Sieber. And then a foul called is on the inside.
Haley Parker is also a freshman.
I know.
You love freshmen stepping up in big moments, and that's kind of lets you know what they're going to be in the future. And as they get more experience and more game time and more playing time, 31.
Well, and, it is the Neese brothers' first year taking over. It's just going to take a matter of time. They already know if they get this production out of their freshmen, like you said, the future is bright.
If their coaches, if they can coach as half as good as they played, they're going to be really good coaches.
And right
because I
there,
know that they were really great players for Culver. So if they coach half as great as they played, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. They're going to be really good.
So a travel is called on Gabby Krause. Another turnover for the Cats. A 6-point ball game. The Cavs are trying to get back in this one. 5:50 to go. 40-34. They trail. Amaya Williams inside. Puts up a shot from the post. And she gets it to go. Amaya Williams. 40-36. It hasn't been this close in some time. Probably in the first quarter. As here's Gabby Krause spinning around. Back to the corner to Jayla Patrick. Patrick back to Krause. Entry pass to Sarah Thompson. Sealed her man well. Turnaround shot from the post is no good. A foul is called. We'll see who it's on. Amaya can't believe it. They may call it on Brooke Davis here. No, they are calling it on Amaya.
That's number 4 for Amaya. See, these are big free throws right here. 4-point game. You gotta
hit those.
You gotta hit these now. Now it's make or break.
Thompson's first of 2 is a swish.
And this is probably not the girl you call. Culver doesn't want to see her at the line. Yeah.
Chloe Temple will check out. Maddie Wireman will check in for the Cats. We're also going to see Brianna Schlimmer check in here in just a moment for the Cavs. As here's the second of 2 for Sarah Thompson. Rattles around and out. Rebounded, though, by Ashley Laster. Her putback is no good, and Sarah Thompson comes up with the rebound. Back to Gabby Krause. Driving inside, puts up a shot and no good. And she will go to the line for 2, and head coach Neese wanted a jump ball called there. Both teams' head coaches have had issues with calls on the floor tonight. It's not just been one way. It's been both coaches are frustrated.
I'm getting frustrated. I'm not.
You're not there, but
I'm not a coach. But let me tell you, if this was a softball game and I was the coach, or a soccer game and I was the coach,
you'd have some.
I might have a yellow card if this was a soccer game at this point.
So Gabby Krause sinks both of them, making it 43-36. So like Brian, you just said, man, the free throws is going to save the day if the Cats keep getting to the line and making the shots. As here's Grace Sieber driving inside, pops it from the left elbow, and no good as it goes out of bounds. It will be Lady Cat ball. They got 5:10 to do something. 5 minutes and 10 seconds here in the ball game.
They got to settle back down. They had it within 4, and they were playing really well, and they've let a couple calls emotionally change how they've played.
And Gabby Krause driving inside, misses the shot, almost blocked, rebounded by Brooke Davis, and here she comes to the corner as Brianna Schlimmer diving on the floor. It was almost stolen by a Lady Cat. We'll see what they call, and it's going to be a turnover. So the Lady Cavs picking up another turnover. They did well in the first half. This second half, they've had quite a few more than they did in the first. Up right now unofficially is 16 turnovers on the night for the Lady Cavs. As here's Gabby Krause inside to Sarah Thompson. Turnaround shot from the post, and they're going to call a foul on Brianna Schlimmer.
You know, I've always told my players.
She even swat down at it.
I always tell my players, let me talk to the the refs or whatever, and you out there and you play and control what you can control. And I would probably call a timeout and say those exact words right now to my girls, because that is what you gotta get them back into the mindset of playing basketball and get that emotion out of it.
First free throw from Sarah Thompson is good. Second is as well. 45-36. The Lady Cats lead, back to a 9-point ball game. Brianna Schlimmer in the near corner, no good from 3. Rebounded Lady Cats, and here comes Gabby Krause. Pushes it forward to Jayla Patrick. Patrick back to Krause, driving inside, pops it from 14 at the right elbow, no good. And it goes sailing out of bounds. Boy, within 4 points, and then just barely a minute and a half goes by.
Back to 9.
And it's back to 9. We see Brianna Schlimmer check out and Amaya Williams check back in. So here comes Grace crossing the timeline for the Cavs. She kicks it over to Maddie Hamilton. Hamilton now to Amaya Williams at the free throw line. Oh, it's stolen by the Lady Cats. My goodness, and here comes Gabby Krause crossing half court, driving left, spins back right, back to Jayla Patrick, 3 on the way, splash, big time 3 for Jayla Patrick, 48-36.
It's kind of a dagger with 4 to go. Now it's a 12-point game.
It's just that much harder. As here's Amaya back to Grace. She's wide open. 3, extended wing. No good. Rebounded Amaya Williams. Back to Grace. Fakes the 3, drives inside, puts up the layup, and she gets it to go. Grace Sieber, while it hasn't been the team's night, she has had an excellent game. As here's Jayla Patrick. Pops it from the right elbow. No good, and it falls right to the hands of Grace Sieber, and here comes Grace. 48-38, 10-point ball game, 3:20 to go. Grace drives around, puts up a shot inside, and she gets it to go.
She's just putting them on her back right now.
She wanted the foul, nothing called. Jayla Patrick on the other end now. Back to Gabby Krause. Krause back to Jayla. Jayla brings it out up top. And here's Gabby now as she hands off. Back to Jayla in the near corner in front of the Bobcats bench. Back up top to Gabby. Gabby Now she goes to the top of the key. Back over to Jayla. 3 in the corner on the way. No good. Rebounded Sarah Thompson. Put back no good. She gets the rebound though. Put back no good. Rebound. Put back is good. Oh, man. Third time's the charm, and Sarah Thompson makes it happen. 50-40 for a 3-point opportunity here at the line.
She has like 18 rebounds unofficially. It's insane.
Yeah, she's always there.
If you're Amaya, you got to be careful. I mean, Amaya really wanted that ball, but she's got 4 on her, and the way they're blowing the whistle, I don't think you can afford foul out. I mean, maybe you can, but
rattles out for the 3-point opportunity, keeps it 50-40. 2:40 to go in the fourth. Grace Sieber with the ball. Back to Maddie Hamilton. Hamilton pulls it out back to Grace. Grace inside to Amaya, puts up an 8-foot shot, and she gets it to go. Amaya Williams, 50-42, 2:30 to go. Gabby Kraus with the ball. She crosses over. She's at the volleyball line. Now spins back around. Comes over near us. Back over to Jayla Patrick. Entry pass to Sarah Thompson, and they call a foul.
Just let them play.
On Brooke Davis. I know.
Let them play.
On Brooke Davis.
That's 4 on her.
I mean, it's not that they're not being aggressive, but we've seen games where you're allowed to do that. You know what I mean?
Well, this would be my complaint as a coach. Let's keep it consistent from first half to second half.
Yeah.
Let's keep it consistent. That's all I would ask.
Yeah.
Is that okay? If you're calling that in the first half, then I can condition my girls to understand that's what they're going to call. So you got to play around it.
It's just been kind of hard to gauge them as Sarah Thompson makes the first of 2, misses the second one, rebounded by the Lady Cats in their second. They got the rebound, and then they put up a layup, and they made it happen. So now it's 53-42, and then a timeout by head coach Neese for the Lady Cavs of Culver. Collins Insurance is part of the broadcast, taking care of all your insurance needs. Jim Collins told me to tell you, call him anytime at 574-772-6844. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. We also thank the Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed, fuel, and LP petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. Finally, today's broadcast is brought to you in part by 5 Star. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and remind you to shop local. That's 5 Star in the Knox Mall. 53-42. It's been mostly Oregon Davis all night. We've seen some flashes of excitement, though, from the Culver Lady Cavaliers. It's just the fouls. They've been getting into foul trouble, and it's sending the Cats to the line, and they were able to pull back. They had a 4-point lead at one point. The Cavs whittled it down to, and now here's a 3 deep from Grace Sieber, no good. Rebounded by Brooke Davis.
This is a big possession for them.
Cross court, Grace Sieber, 3 on the way.
Oh,
no good.
So
they're going to get another opportunity. Rebounded Brooke Davis.
Brooke Davis.
Maddie Hamilton inside. This is Haley Parker. Turnaround shot from the post, no good, and rebounded Ashley Laster. Last minute and a half here, 53-42, 11-point ball game. You're right, it's going to be tough here. As Gabby Kraus has the ball over to Jayla Patrick. Patrick back to Kraus, and then a blocking. Well, you can't even breathe on him, Brian. You can't even breathe wrong.
I got 4 Cavaliers with 4 fouls.
My gosh. So that sends Gabby Kraus to the line because it's the 5th foul of the quarter, and the new rule allows 2 free throws. And she gets the first of 2. Second free throw now. On the way. No good. Brooke Davis tried to save it from going out of bounds, and when she did save it, the ball hit the line, and it'll stay here for an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Lady Cats. Kraus to take it out. She slaps the ball. Here comes the play. Picks around. Now this is Jayla Patrick up top. Back to Gabby Kraus. Almost stolen by Amaya Williams. Saved by Maddie Wireman. Fight for the ball.
No jump
back
ball.
to Gabby Kraus. Cross court. Stolen by Grace Sieber. And here comes Grace. Driving in, backs out, pops it from 16.
How is that not a block?
I don't know. Or a charge. Either one of them. So here is Gabby crossing half court to Jayla Patrick, inside to Sarah Thompson, turnaround shot, and she gets it to go. Foul on Brooke Davis. She can't believe it. No one can believe it. I think everyone's just ready to go home, Brian. At this point, everyone's just ready to go home. So that made it 56-42, a 14-point lead, and Sarah Thompson's at the line. She's been everywhere tonight. She's doing a little bit of everything, and we knew that this is the kind of player she was last year. Here she is as a sophomore taking the next step, and she looks good as she makes the second free throw, 57-42, with 50.7 seconds to go here in the ball game. Had it down to a 4-point lead, and now it's 15. My goodness. Grace Sieber back up top, stolen by Gabby Krause, coast to coast, all alone, and she missed the right-hand layup. She's laughing about it as here's Grace Sieber pushing it forward.
Shoot it.
Finds Amaya Williams back up top, now to the corner. Number 30, Alexa O'Brien, no good on the shot, and rebounded Lady Cats pushing it forward. Ashley Laster. Amaya Williams got a hand in there, and the ball goes sailing out of bounds, and we're going to see some subs. Number 53, Natalie Thompson, and number 55, Chloe Matthew. For the Oregon Davis Lady Cats, Ashley Laster and Maddie Wireman will take a seat. Last 20 seconds here. It's Grace Sieber crossing half court. She's driving in, tried to get a cutting 31, Haley Parker, but no, the ball goes sailing. They just misread each other. So it'll be the last 11 and a half seconds here, 57-42. 15-point game, and that's probably how it's going to end here tonight as they're going to let this clock just go ahead and tick out. It's Gabby Krause, the last 3 seconds, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch, tried to get it to Jayla Patrick. Maddie Hamilton got her hand in there. So the clock is stopped at .6, and they're just going to get this in. They do. Oh my gosh, she pops the three. Might as well. Missed the three-pointer, but that's the end of the ball game, 57-42. For sports analyst Brian Hammond, I'm Mitch Columby. Stay tuned. The Collins Insurance postgame show is coming your way. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winnemac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winnemac. Call 574-946-6894.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show.
57-42 is the final as the Oregon Davis Lady Cats prevail over the Culver Lady Cavaliers. I'm Mitch Columby. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. Tough situation for the Lady Cavs of Culver. We saw them in their first matchup of the year. That's been a month ago already, if you can believe that, on November 2nd. As we are in full swing of girls basketball. Like I talked about on the pregame show, it feels like the season just started, but then I corrected myself in the next question, and I said, well, my apologies, Coach. This was to Aubrey Lady. I said, we're already halfway through the season in girls basketball. It's really kind of, It's really kind of crazy how time has crept up on me here, but on the night, it just was a really incredible ball game from the tip-off. The Cavs fought valiantly. They fought all the way back to 4 points here in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes to go, around that range, and it's just the foul. The foul troubles caused issues tonight on the floor for both teams, and the Cavs unfortunately just got the brunt of it, and that put the Oregon Davis Lady Cats at the line. And I think the Lady Cats did very well at the line tonight overall. They were able to make that 4-point lead bigger, and that's how it ended up being a 15-point win for the Oregon Davis Lady Cats. I was just telling our listeners, the Cavs were right there within 4 with 5 minutes to go. It's just the foul troubles.
Yeah, 15-point game, 15-point free throws.
There it is.
Or 15 points off of free throws for Oregon Davis.
It's just funny how that works out. That's how important free throws are. Mm-hmm. That's why Larry Bird would shoot 500 every morning. That's why the greats always practice free throws. And right now, just like you said, 15 free throws, 15 points, and that's how they won the game. It just was incredible. Can you share with us anything that maybe you took down unofficially, of course?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Culver. Who was their leading scorer tonight?
Well, I got Grace Sieber with 20 unofficial.
Wow.
5 threes tonight.
Incredible.
Yeah, 5 threes. So, and then, 3 free throws, a couple field goals. Not as many rebounds, but she leads the way up the floor. She's not really down low. Maya had 10 rebounds. And, something that I saw, and I kind of pay attention, like outside of Culver's top players, somebody off the bench that I thought played really well tonight, and I really liked the intensity that she brought on defense, was Haley Parker.
I kept calling her name. Did you notice that?
She did. She came in, and I think that she put in some really good minutes defensively for them, and I can see, maybe as we get closer to tournament time after the first year when we start really thinking about what we're doing, the sectional draws happen, all that. She's maybe one of those first off the bench players that can put in good minutes to help keep the games close for you.
Yeah.
So, I just like to see that. I like to, Grace, we're going to talk about Grace. We're going to talk about Amaya. Brooke Davis flashes as a freshman, flashes of some really good play.
Yeah.
That's somebody that I think that you could look for when the attention's on Grace, when the attention's on Amaya, she's going to be open. And if she can knock down a few more of those opportunities, if maybe that game would have went 4 points, maybe to tie, maybe to a lead, if they would have kept the momentum, who knows if they get to the line that much. Maybe you don't have to play defensively so aggressive. So it's really fun, So that's just something I noticed. Haley Parker, some great minutes on defense for them.
Well, we should take a break. We'll talk about our Stark County Co-op play of the game, perhaps.
Play of the game?
Play of the game. We'll talk about that. We'll take a break and come back and announce our Stark County Co-op. Well, did we go over Oregon Davis at all?
Not yet.
Well, let's talk about them.
Gabby Krause, 20 points. A lot of brave. She couldn't miss.
No.
I think she missed a couple, but she couldn't miss. 5 free throws, 6 field goals. Sarah Thompson, it's tough to beat 18 rebounds and 17 points, a little double-double.
No, I know.
I mean, that's great.
She just had a fantastic night.
She did. She's always around the ball. She's always around the ball. And I think kind of when it was at 4 points and then I said, that's a dagger, that was that one Jayla Patrick 3. She just at the right moment, she hit her. She finally hit it, and it just kind of all the momentum switched. So, but yeah, Ashley Lasser. There's 4. That's a great starting lineup. I think there's a lot of potential in that starting lineup, and I think that they play well together. And other than Wireman's a senior.
They're a young team.
This
is a young Lady Cat team.
I remember Krause and Sarah Thompson being talked about as freshmen last year, and now that they're sophomores, by the time they're seniors.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
That's going to be exciting basketball.
They're going to gel.
Oh, yeah.
They're only going to get better. Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to take a break and come back for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. This is Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere.
Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox.
Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989.
Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op Play of the Game. Let's return to the voice of WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
57-42 is the final as the Oregon-Davis Lady Cats lead. This is the Stark County Co-op Play of the Game. What do you think our play of the game is tonight, Brian?
You know, there was the one turnover that kind of stuck out in my mind. I said it in the broadcast. It was Jayla Patrick hit a 3 off a turnover, and boy, when that game was 4 points, I think it had spread to 7, and then bam, it's a 10-point game.
It just went.
And then it almost seems insurmountable at that point. I think it was like 2.5 minutes to go, and that 3 really was backbreaking. And you know, Jayla, she had been taking them all night, and then when she finally hit, it was at the right moment.
It just was at the right moment.
It was the perfect time.
Well, congratulations to Jayla Patrick's big-time 3 late in the game to really seal it for the Lady Cats, as we have head coach of the Lady Cats of Oregon-Davis, Aubrey Lady, up here in the KVB booth. Coach, what are you thinking right now?
They bounced back really well after a tough loss last week. Our main thing that we were trying to concentrate on was running the break, which I thought we did a very good job of. There were some times where we forced it a little bit. But, you know, we're getting out and running, which is exactly what we want to do. And I thought Sarah Thompson did a pretty good job down low as far as sitting down and demanding the ball. She went up strong. You know, we're working on not leading with the ball and going up and making sure that she's using her body. And just making sure that we're understanding time and possession and, you know, when to do things, when not to do things. You know, at the end of the game when we're up 10 points, you know, we don't have to run the break and get down there and get a quick shot up. You know, we can pull it out. We can take our best shot. And, you know, I thought they did a very good job of that. But all in all, you know, I think the girls, I was most proud of them bouncing back after last week's games.
I don't know. Have you met Brian Hammond? This is Brian Hammond
Nice to meet
of
you.
Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, big-time supporter and sponsor of what we do here. You got a question for her?
No, I mean, you have to be excited. You're led by sophomores. You know, Sarah Thompson's got a double-double. I was here last year in the South Central doubleheader, and boy, I mean, we talked about them as freshmen last year, but now as sophomores, they're really kind of leading the way. And then, I mean, Jayla Patrick's a sophomore too. So, I mean, the future is – and Laster's only a junior. I mean, holy cow.
We're a young team. You know, a lot of people say that comes with inexperienced players. I think, you know, we've had low numbers, so everybody plays, and they've gotten the minutes. And this year they've been able to come in and give us exactly what we want. You know, there's going to be times where they do things and they kind of look at us like I thought, and then we go back and watch film and we're able to show them, okay, now we understand. So that way next time, hopefully they're not doing the same thing. And when we tell them, hey, this is what happened, on the floor, they understand as instead of coming up and saying, hey, no, it was this or that. Okay, I got it. Which is good. You know, they're going to learn as we go, and obviously we lean on our 3 sophomores a lot, and they know that. And, you know, being a young team, it makes it nice because, you know, we're getting that experience at a young age, and they're getting up and down the floor, and they're being able to work with each other and figuring out what each other does.
You've got Bethany Christian next on the road. What do you know about them?
They are a very good ball club.
Really?
Runners up last year.
Okay,
they're
I didn't
tough.
know that.
Yeah, they're tough.
I'm still learning.
But like I told them, just because it says one thing on paper doesn't mean that's what the end result is. That's why you play the game. So if we go out and play as hard as we can, who knows? Maybe they get in foul trouble and they have to go to 8, 9, 10, 11
Right.
on the bench, and we're able to compete with them. And doing what we do and focusing on what we know that we can control is going to be our main thing. We can't control what the officials do. We can't control, if there's an injury. We can't control a lot of things, but what we can control is how we run our break, how we go up strong inside, how we rebound. We struggle with rebounding. Our tallest girl's 5'8". That all
She
comes
plays
down
a
to
lot
heart.
taller, though.
She does play a lot taller, thankfully. But that comes down to heart, and if we can do that, we can control those things. We just have to make sure that we're working hard and taking care of business when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's funny that you say control, we control. I said that during the game. I said, and I said it about Culver. I said, you could see that Grace was frustrated. You could see that Amaya was frustrated and Maddie was frustrated. I said, as a coach, when I was a coach, I always would take that opportunity to tell the girls or to whoever I was coaching, listen, you let me worry about what's happening. You guys control what we've talked about. Do what you know you're capable of doing, control those things, and try to take the emotion out of it. Because once you're emotionally frustrated, you start pressing and mistakes happen, and then it's just a big snowball. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. I think you're spot on there. And if you guys go to Bethany Christian, you control. If you do well what you do well, anything happens.
You'll be right there.
So,
you got fighters. You got fighters on the team.
That's great.
We do, and I can't say more about them as far as that goes. Even the freshmen that come in, sometimes they look at me like, "Am I going in right now?" They have to go. They have to go in. We only have so many players, and we don't like to get in foul trouble. But when we do, you just have to step up, and it's next person in line. So
yeah, Chloe had a big rebound and put back score in there, and the game got tight a couple times. And then, you have to be happy with how they responded to those moments because the momentum was obviously in Culver's favor.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, bam, it's 9 points. And that's why that Jayla Phillips 3, that was backbreaking.
And then the free throws.
Right.
You guys handled your business at the free throw line, and that's something I always preach. Free throws, free throws, free throws. And he said it. From unofficially, we counted 15 made free throws, 15-point win.
Right. Yep. And at the end of the game, especially, we got to understand that we've got to make sure we're going straight up with our shots. Sometimes we tend to push it, and that's when we get our misses. But basketball is a game of runs, so they're going to go on a run just like we're going to go on a run. We just have to make sure our run outlasts theirs, and I think our girls did a really good job of that, especially when Culver came back a few times. She's out there knocking down a three like we didn't know where she was or who she was, and then we'd come back and answer, and I thought we did a very good job of that.
Yep.
Culver's a very nice ball club, and he's got them running up and down the floor and working hard. They didn't give up either, so give them credit to that.
I gotta say, I love the new warm-ups that you got the coaches all wearing. They're sharp this year. I like those little quarter zips.
Yeah,
they look good,
play good.
You look
right?
good if you play. Yeah, exactly.
You look good, you feel good, you play good, and then always the other thing is junk in and junk out. So I always talk about that kind of stuff because it's all about confidence.
Yep.
If you go out and play confident and do the things that you do well, it's hard to beat you.
Yep.
So, and it makes for great basketball.
Yes, it does.
Well, keep it up, Coach.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much for coming out. We appreciate you guys.
Big time win for head coach Aubrey Lady of the Oregon Davis Lady Cats. We appreciate her time as we're going to take a break and come back for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care, closer to home. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is all about community and keeping our community spotlight shining on the accomplishments of our youth. That's why PMH is proud to be a sponsor of our local high school sports action on WKVI, our community radio station. Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. Mitch?
Hey, thanks, John. It's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson St. Pierre High School, who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-Star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owner serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Well, Brian, who do you think our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game is tonight?
Well, we got the double-double out of Sarah Thompson. It was close. Gabby Krause
was right there.
She was right there. She had 20 tonight, but that double-double, all those rebounds, the big-time free throws down the stretch, it's got to be Sarah Thompson tonight.
Well, congratulations to Sarah Thompson for being named our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. Ashley Derrickson's anniversary is coming up. If you notice, December 12th of 2008, that's 15 years ago already, here a week from today. So we are definitely preparing something on the back end for our we are definitely going to make some sort of announcement next week about being 15 years for Ashley Derrickson. But congratulations to Sarah Thompson for being named our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. You had somebody you wanted to say hello to.
Yeah. So first off, I want to thank the wife for letting me come out and.
Let me thank her.
Yes, she's recovering, but she took the bullet and said, go ahead. I know you love doing this, so I appreciate that. And then, my dad texted me. Just give a quick shout out to Dave out there, Dave Hammond. Former owner of Standard Plumbing.
Yeah.
Former assistant basketball coach with Vukadinovich at Ancilla.
Oh, wow.
And I know how much he loves basketball, so we appreciate him tuning in and taking a listen.
He was the second generation.
Well, now, so the first guy that owned it, that would have been my grandpa. That's my mom's dad. So
okay.
Actually, it went from my mom's side to my dad's side.
Oh, that's how it handed off.
But I got both blood, so it doesn't matter. So
isn't that cool?
Yeah. So Dad worked for his father-in-law.
That is so interesting.
Yeah, handed it off to me. So yeah. Well, so we always appreciate the family members tuning in. I've had a lot tune in and listen. So goodies.
We have goodies here. What are you bringing us, Coach? What do you got? Cookies? Homemade cookies? We don't owe you $2 for them? No, and hot dogs? My goodness, they're feeding us. Boy, I've complained enough. No, I'm kidding.
So anytime we're at Oregon Davis, I'm more than welcome
You're
to come
more than welcome.
over.
Yeah, he's coming back. Well, thanks for the food, Coach. We appreciate it. We are not usually there. I don't know if he'll have a word with us. Probably, I think he's ready to go.
Yeah.
So, well, it was a great game tonight, and shout out to your dad for tuning in.
Yeah.
I appreciate Standard Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and all their support for us, but also appreciate you as a friend. I don't have very many up here since I've moved from down south, and I count you as a friend, Brian,
Yeah,
so I
we
appreciate
need to go
you.
to the Doghouse, the new place in Knox.
I know, so I can buy.
Those shakes look amazing.
Those shakes do look good.
They look really
and
good.
I need to stop in and see if we can get them to join the tradition.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, yeah, if you're out there, you live in Knox, go check out the Doghouse. It looks really good. They also own Bulldogs Drive-In in Argus.
Oh, so
it's
this isn't their first
McGowan.
rodeo.
No, it's not their first rodeo. It's Brian McGowan. He has a couple of food trailers he does fairs for.
Okay.
He used to have the steak tips opened up on Jefferson Street, and my wife loves his steak tips. So
really?
I'm going to have to let him know I gave him a huge shout-out. He might get busy now.
Yeah, right.
But they're closed Bulldogs Drive-In for the season because it's wintertime now, and they opened up the Doghouse over there and ice cream parlor.
So I need to go.
Yeah, the shakes look really good.
Well, let's figure something out.
Yeah.
I know it's holiday time. It's busy, but let's
Yes.
figure something out. But I sure do appreciate you being here, and thanks to your
Yeah.
wife. I know you're a
Yeah.
very busy guy, and thanks to your your employees for letting you get out of there early today. It means
It was
lot.
close. I had to send
I
our
was
one
about to
apprentice
say.
to Fort Wayne for plumbing school, and I kind of had to step in and finish his job, but we got her done, and So, yeah.
I got to be on the air tonight, guys. We got to hurry this thing up.
I'm like, I got somewhere to be, and it's important.
And they're like, yeah, right. Well, KVB's WKVI Sports is back in action this Friday, December 8th, as we will be once again here in the Bobcat Den to see the Lady Cats host the Knox Lady Redskins for a battle between two cross-county rivals. We will be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. That's right here on 99.3 FM and streaming throughout the world on WKVI.com. We also remind you to join us every weekend for the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. We always have several of our area head coaches on hand as we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on 99.3 FM and online at WKVI.com. If you missed the Saturday Sports Line, don't worry. We remind you of the Saturday Sports Line replay every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. We also invite you to follow us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X, formerly Twitter at KVB Sports, and on Facebook, of course, at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Final word from you tonight, Brian.
Hey, anytime. Anytime that I'm available. When the kids don't have this, that, or that.
I know.
But,
you're a hard guy to track down.
Listen, it's always a pleasure, and I really enjoy getting the opportunity to do this. So.
Well, I enjoyed.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate not having to do the game alone.
Yeah.
That would have been tough.
Great hosts here at Oregon Davis, as usual.
They are. Yeah. They are. Our final in this one, Oregon Davis 57, Culver 42. From all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Sports. For our sports analyst, Brian Hammond, our in-game announcer, John Thompson, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, NEPCO, Crane and Equipment Services, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Here's the three in the corner on the way! Yes! Yes! Big time three at a big time moment